Yo, it's Finnegan. Welcome back. Thank you for watching. Before we go any further, I've got to do a little bit of house cleaning. And it has to do with Jerry Rig University, which, contrary to what one or two of you believe, not actually a real place. There's no building. There's kind of a diploma you can get in the form of a t-shirt, but there's no school for you to go to. Jerry Rig University, it's an idea. It's in here. It's something I believe in. And that is that I can do anything I want to do. I'll build anything I need to. I will make it happen, and so will you. Whether you've been to school to build cars, whether you haven't, whether you've never welded, never built an engine, if you believe in yourself, if you research this stuff, and frankly, we're not building rockets here, you can build your own hot rod. And it won't matter what it looks like. It won't matter how fast it is. All that matters is that when that garage door opens and that car backs out under its own power, that you do a fat smoky burnout in it and celebrate. I mean, that's what the Jerry Rig lifestyle is. It's just a celebration of us making our hot rod dreams come true. So yeah, there's a t-shirt out there. It says Jerry Rig U. It's got a diploma, Masters of Duct Tapeology on it. There's also a new alumni shirt. And this is for everyone. Your wife, your girlfriend, your kids, anyone that supports your hot rod lifestyle and that believes in you as much as you believe in yourself. It's got a trophy, it's broken, it's held together with zip ties like most of my cars, and it's awesome, and I hope you love it as much as I do. Friends, we're going to do something a little different today. Instead of just showing you how to work on your car, instead I'm going to show you 5 tools I cannot live without. A couple of these are pretty revolutionary, a couple of them I'd never even seen before, and although you may know about them, there may be something in here you can use on your own project. Alright? So let's start with something to cut and strip wires. Now this is by Klein Tools. Pretty standard. Really good tool. Totally reliable. I've been using it for years. Not what I want to talk about. Instead, I'm going to show you this. This is by Pressmaster. I got it from wirecare.com, which is a company that distributes everything you need to wire and plumb your hot rod. This thing is badass because not only will it cut wire like this here, this will strip wire. Anything from 8 to 34 gauge automatically. See that? That was a 12 gauge wire. This is an 18 gauge wire. It stripped both of them without cutting the copper, only removing the insulation. I didn't do anything. It has interchangeable jaws, so you can strip anything from 8 to 34 gauge wire. This down here sets the depth. You want to strip something really far, just slide it in there, and it's gone. You want to strip something a small amount. Just put it in there, it's gone. It's awesome. The top is adjustable. This sets the thickness of the insulation you want to remove. And like I said, I mean, it's a badass tool. It's made of plastic, so it's light. But the grips are rubber coated. So you could probably strip all day and not get chafed. So yeah, it's made by Pressmaster. It's a Swedish company. Probably won't offend anybody. But it works. And right now, I'm going to show you something else that works. Let me paint you a little picture. A really nice picture. It's Saturday night. You're in your garage, you're hanging out with your buddies, the beers are cold, the welder's fired up, and you're having fun. You're building something nobody's built. I'm talking something weird, like a Duramax diesel in a Yugo. The kind of build that you and your buddies have to build every part for. Lots of fabrication happening, and you're getting right down to the end of this thing. You're making radiator hoses. You do it. You're done. You fire it up, bring it up to operating temperature, and before you can do the first burnout, the lower radiator hose pops off of the hard line and shoots coolant all over your wife's driveway. That's right. The driveway's hers. The garage is yours, but everything outside of the garage, that's hers. And she doesn't want it stained. Why did this happen? Well, because most people will either plumb the radiator out of that cheap, flexible rubber hose, or they'll get some 90-degree bends and cut up some hard line and connect rubber hoses to that. But they'll overlook one very important step, and that's bead rolling the end of that hard line so that when you slide the rubber hose over it and hose clamp it, there's something there to keep it from popping apart. Now you're asking yourself right now, how the hell am I going to bead roll round tubing? Yeah, I'll show you. That K2 manual bead roller. It's by Dog Fab. It's produced by a guy named Michael who builds race cars professionally. I mean, he's a badass welder, one of the best I've ever seen. And you know that if he built this for himself and is selling it to us, that it's going to be good. And it is. It's made of US source materials. This thing will bead roll 065 wall titanium tubing, stainless, steel, aluminum, practically anything you need to plumb fluids in your hot rod. Yeah, it's pretty cool. The unit comes just as you see it, and it's pretty simple really. It comes with a mount that you can bolt or clamp into something. I usually clamp it into my vise. It is adjustable. There are the two dies that create the bead roll. And this bolt and this adjustable heim here set the depth, and that will determine how high of a bead roll you make. It's pretty cool. I don't bead roll all of the time, so I usually just put this piece of aluminum in here, tighten down my vise, and this is ready to work. If you're wondering why I need this piece of aluminum here, it's because I welded a pair of jaws into my vise for crushing round tubing to fit the shape of a T4 turbo flange. And I don't know why, I just never cut it back out of there because it seems to work for most other things. This is super easy. Lift up the die, place your tubing right there, turn the die down, grab your 5/8 wrench, put a little bit of pressure there, and start cranking. And as you go around, it'll just start to create a raised edge right there. Tighten it some more. So this is 3-inch aluminum. It's 060 wall. It's the kind of stuff you commonly find connecting intercooler plumbing or an air intake to an air filter. And it also is the kind of stuff that likes to blow apart when there's boost present if you don't have a bead roll here where your silicone hose coupler connects to this. Alright, I like that. That looks good. Let's loosen her up and see how we did. Look at that. It's perfect, man. And it was easy. Way easy to do. This is aluminum. Let's try stainless. This is a piece of stainless tubing, 3 inches in diameter. And it is roughly 061, 062, 304 stainless. Commonly found in high-end exhaust systems. But will it bead roll? Let's find out. Now the further you adjust this bolt downward, the more pressure is present between the dies, and the harder it is to move the crank. You'll roll it around, and when it gets to the spot where it meets the beginning, suddenly it gets easier, and then you know it's time to either tighten it some more and make the bead taller, or stop cranking on it. Look at that. The tubing is still round. It's not deformed in any way. There's no burrs, there's no sharp edges. This is one of the few things in life that works 100% as advertised, and at $375, this saves you a whole bunch of money in the long run taking your tubing to someone else to do the job. Think of all the things you could fabricate now and all the plumbing you could accomplish on your hot rod, on your race car, using the K2 bender. Now this tool is so ridiculously simple, I don't know why I didn't come up with it myself. These are Gayen wrenches. I used to carry all of these when I went racing. -6, -8, -10, -12. These fit on all of these nifty aluminum aircraft quality fittings. Take up a lot of room in my toolbox. This one, which is made by Jodar Performance Products, distributed by Race Parts Solutions, this does everything these do. This will fit dash 6, 8, 10, and 12 fittings, all in one nifty wrench. Seriously, when I saw this, I had one of those, wow, you're an idiot, why didn't you think of that moment? I mean, that's a dash 12 fitting on a Moroso vacuum pump hose. It fits that. This is a dash 6 fuel line going to a nitrous solenoid. It fits that, and everything in between. So, yeah. Get one of these, clean out your toolbox, racepartsolutions.com. Boy, what I would have given to have a tool to take the powder coating off of this stupid crossmember in episode 33 of this show. If you watched it, you know I tried everything. Race gas, a grinding wheel. I was this close to using fire to get the powder coating off of this thing. And seriously, I would have given almost anything to have this tool in my hand. This is called the 360 Tube Sander, and it's a genius tool. Comes from 525 Industries. They are a family-owned operation out of New Jersey, and it's the most basic looking thing I've ever seen in my life, and it works amazing. Check it out. That's a 1/2-inch sanding belt right in there. It's spring-loaded, it articulates, and it conforms to the tubing. And it just sands. It just sands. That's all it does. Fits into a 1/4-inch collet die grinder like this one from Campbell Hosfeld. Throw it in there, tighten it down, and the next thing you know, you hook some air up, and you're going to remove paint, primer, powder coat. You're going to remove the pickling off of steel right before you weld it. Your life will get so much easier, and so will mine. Need to change the belt? Just squeeze it a little bit. That's it. Slides on and out. That's simple. Let me show you how it works. So check it. All I'm going to do, slide that right into there. Grab my 2 wrenches. And tighten her on down. Now this belt, as you can tell, is used because I've been in love with this tool for a little while and I've used it on a whole bunch of stuff on my car. But it'll still work. This sanding belt is pretty well wore out already, and it's still going to go through this powder coating like butter. Look at that. What was that, 10 seconds, maybe? And that's powder coating. Imagine how fast paint will come off. I'm telling you. Badass tool. It's not cheap. This thing's like 425 bucks, which is not inexpensive. But when you consider what it's made out of, I mean, this is CNC cut aluminum, ball bearing pivot points. I mean, it's a good quality tool that isn't gonna break down on you. It's made in the USA. You probably already have a die grinder at home. Stop screwing around. Stop wasting time sanding tubing by hand or using a grinder. Get yourself one of these. Here's one last amazing tool that I want to show you. Whether you've got stud-mounted rockers or shaft-mounted rocker arms like these aluminum-bodied units from Jezel, whether you've got a big block or a small block, Logan Smith Machine Works has an on-head valve spring tester for you. What do you need that for? Well, after you've run your engine for a while, you put this little tool on here, get it set up, pull the handle, and as soon as the valve comes off the seat, look at the liquid-filled gauge and you'll know how much seat pressure your springs still have. Compare that to what it should be, you know, what the manufacturer tells you, and you'll know whether these springs are still in good shape to keep racing or cruising. If you think this thing is trick, visit lsmproducts.com and you'll see some other things that are just as cool as this tool. Thanks for watching Finnegan's Garage. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time.